Okay, DW Gaming here. We've got a new Dead by Daylight video with the newest skin for the artist. Honestly, in my opinion, it's one of the best looking skins in the game. I really like the Oni skin, the Minotaur as well, but this one's even better than that because it comes with unique vocalizations, whereas the Minotaur skin doesn't. Yeah, this is a really nice skin. And I have been trying to improve my gameplay with artists, so it all seemed to work out well. You know, I like the reptile people. I'm a fan of our reptilian overlords. I mean, why not? If they ever make themselves known, I'll be the first one to betray humanity. I don't mind reptile people at all. I do really like the more monstrous designs in this game. Although that being said, the new killer, the Singularity, the design looks really boring and honestly kind of lazy. It looks like they took elements from their new game Meet Your Maker and slapped it on I don't know, just some pink blob. Doesn't look good at all. I really don't get... I mean, I kind of get the reason why they're obsessed with Meet Your Maker, because they want it to succeed, but the core gameplay is just not interesting. And they keep trying to tie it to this game for some reason. Probably because this game's the only successful game they've actually made. Having said that, I did see a little bit of the developer live stream. I try not to watch those because I like to live in reality. And a lot of the developers' takes on things, especially concerning this game, are very, very delusional. But I did see that they are going to introduce a new anti-camping mechanic. It's basically giving survivors a better version of Deliverance at base. So if the killer's nearby, I think it's a 16-meter radius. If they're 16 or fewer meters near the hook, a meter will build up, and yeah, I've been burned way too many times by flashlights recently, so I decided to put Lightborn on. Because flashlights are brain dead now. They've buffed them to where you don't need any skill whatsoever to get a flashlight save. And I saw this lobby, they had at least 3 flashlights in this lobby, so like, I'm not going to use Lightborn. But yeah, apparently the meter builds up, and when it reaches maximum, the survivor can unhook themselves. And they get base borrowed time when they do that. And it's even better than Deliverance because it can be done in second stage as well. It's kind of ridiculous. I get that they don't want killers face camping, but I recently played a game as Wesker on the Garden of Joy map. And it was like either 3 or 4 generators popped before I got my first hook. So what am I supposed to do at that point? Once the anti-camping mechanic goes live, I'll have to leave the hook. I mean, But basically, I had to camp that survivor and hope that they would do something stupid trying to get that survivor off the hook. But that'll be taken away when the anti-camping mechanic goes live. I think the only way it'll be a good design for it to go live is if they radically rework some of these maps. Like this map, Garden of Joy. I know they have plans to rework Cowshed. They're still trying. They do have plans to rework Cowshed. But Cowshed's not the only bad map in this game. There are a slew of bad maps. And the latest map that's coming with the new killer looks bad as well. It's like, you look at this map and see how cluttered it is. If you look at pictures of the new map, it's like 10 times worse than this map in terms of clutter. And it's really funny because the developers are so out of touch that they said they're actually proud of how much they put on the map. Like, you realize there are a good number of killers rely on line of sight, and you've just taken that away from them. But they're proud of their cluttered maps, apparently. So I have really no faith whatsoever that they can design good maps if they're still in the process of making new maps that are as bad or worse than something like this. And when they say they're reworking maps to make them more fair, I find that very laughable. I'll really have to see it to believe it, because the Red Forest redesigns have not improved them at all. In fact, they've made the Red Forest maps worse. And just look at all the clutter on the Red Forest maps that they added, and you'll get an idea for how cluttered it'll be on the new map. It's ridiculous looking. And apparently they're proud of that. And so what's the matter? You can't blind me, so now you just want to give up. You know, apparently they would get a clue after a while and just stick to doing gens, but I guess not. After multiple times trying to blind me and not having any success, you'd think they would just be like, okay, we better just do gens. I am not breaking that pallet. I have 2 survivors left. There's no way I am breaking that pallet. The game's pretty much over at this point. There we go. That's what I like about Artist. She can actually get survivors at God pallets. Sometimes. I mean, true, it would have been faster to break the pallet, but I'm in no rush right now because there's only one survivor on the map who can do anything. She's not going to be on a gen. She's going to... Yeah, she's going to either try and unhook him or wait for the hatch. So... If it was, if there were more survivors on the map, if the gens were going a little quicker, then yeah, I would have just broke the pallet. So I've also taken a look at the new Killer's perks versus the new Survivor's perks, and it looks like the Survivor perks, once again, are pretty much amazing compared to the Killer perks. The Killer perks are a joke, and the Survivor perks are very useful. Not really surprised there. Behavior is going to have to do something to keep killer players interested in playing this game. Every time I've logged on, I've always seen a blood point incentive for killers and never for Survivor. So they need to step their game up. Oh, looks like Adam wanted to rush gens. Yeah, that's a major gen rush build right there. Oh well.